Kerri Quinn opens up about her time on Coronation Street, in which stars She Still Speaks to Kerri Quinn, and Annabel Scholey speak about their new thriller Dead and Buried, which also stars Scholey, Waj Ali, Owen Roe, Niamh Walsh, Micheal, Hanna, and Joanne Crawford. Kerri Quinn has told how she knew that I was meant to play her character in the new thriller Dead and Buried, and shared the scene she was the most excited to shoot. The four-part series was written by Colin Bateman and stars Annabel Scholey, Colin Morgan, Kerri Quinn, Waj Ali, Owen Roe, Niamh Walsh, Micheal, Hanna, and Joanne Crawford. Dead and Buried follows Kathy as she runs into Micheal, the man convicted of the brutal murder of her brother 20 years ago outside of a supermarket. Kathy turns to social media and, ignoring the advice of her best pal Sally, begins to uncover the life that Micheal has had since his early release from prison, including a successful career and a family, all while she's been grieving for her brother. Left re-traumatized by her past, Kathy begins a clandestine relationship with a man that she clearly despises and embarks on a campaign of harassment and deceit. But as her obsession deepens, reality begins to blur together with the dark fantasies of revenge, and she sets out on a campaign of psychological warfare to destroy Micheal's life. The series, which is directed by Laura Way, began on Virgin Media One earlier this week, and is set to continue on Monday night at 9 p.m. And Kerri told Chick how it's a very relatable series, and she reckons what Colin does amazingly to show how we all deal with loss, grief, mental health, and relationships. The Belfast native added that the relationships are so honest. It's just a really beautifully toned, honest piece, as she shared what drew her to the role of Sally. She said, "It was one of those things. I got the breakdown through for Sally, and I knew that there was a lot of my own personality and traits and morals within the character. I knew that I could bring her to life, and I knew that I was meant to play her. You get breakdowns through for characters, and sometimes I would like the phone and say to someone, 'Listen, I'm up for a part, but this is definitely more so you than it is me.' It's a rare thing that something comes through that you know you have to play. I was so sure I was the right fit for Sally." Annabel told how Dead and Buried, and the role of Kathy, was so far away from what I've played before. She said, "I was working with Laura, the director, at the time. She'd been offered the job, and I remember we sat down and she said, 'I've got this part that I really think you should play, but it's Northern Irish.' I read it, and it's so far away from what I've played before. Aside from the accent and her whole background to be bipolar, she's so physical and she follows her impulses and she's very funny. It was a real challenge, and as an actor, that's obviously what you want. To be able to do something that's so far away from yourself, it doesn't happen very often."